I'm a mother, entrepreneur, influencer, personality, and more. I have a passion and charge on my life to provide entrepreneurs with the motivation to be their own boss. I'm Nara Winay, and I'm a dope resource. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Chit Chat with Nara. I'm your host, Nara Winay, and I have a co-host with me today. It is my son, Braden. So today is a special day. You all, my baby turned a year old. It is July 22nd, and I have a 1-year-old. And as much as I wanted to record these last 7 episodes of season 4, as peaceful as possible, I knew that was not going to happen because I'm a mother first, and then I'm an entrepreneur. So instead of trying to get him to be quiet and take away from his day, I said, let's go ahead and record episode 7 with him right here with me. So you all are going to hear him. You're going to hear his coos, his version of speaking after 12 months of being a really amazing son. Y'all are going to hear that during this recording. As I mentioned in the last few episodes, these last 7 episodes are recorded during the last 7 days of my pregnancy with my 3rd and final child. So I'm pretty sure before we make it to the last episode of this season, you all are probably going to hear royalty in one of these episodes as well. But hey, that's a part of being a mom. But today, you all, we are going to dive into the topic that I believe is incredibly important for all entrepreneurs. And that's giving yourself a reset, regrouping, and refocusing after questioning your decision to be an entrepreneur. Okay, y'all? So I know the last episode was really tough for me to get through. I did talk about health issues and things that happened during this pregnancy. So it was tough. But I feel like this episode is a little lighter, y'all. So y'all don't have to have your Kleenex by you or anything like that. I think it's a little lighter, and we need that. We don't need too much thrown on us at once as entrepreneurs. But let's go ahead and get into it. Are you ready to get into it, Brady? Okay. So starting and running your own business can be exhilarating, but also it can be a tough thing to do, okay? Especially with challenges and moments of doubt. If you've ever found yourself questioning whether you made the right decision, trust me, you are not alone, okay? Today, I want to share some personal experiences and practical steps you can take to reset, regroup, and refocus. Okay, y'all? So, of course, it's Chit Chat with Nara. So, it would not be a moment with me if we didn't add a personal story in here. Okay, y'all? So there was a time when I was overwhelmed with the demands of my business and my personal life. Hell, let's be real. Y'all, it's been a lot of times lately where I've been overwhelmed with my business and personal life. All right, y'all? And let's all put some good energy out there that it will get better once my hormones go back to only being my hormones in my body. Okay? But I had recently expanded my business and thinking it was the right move. Okay, y'all? But soon the reality of the increased workload and stress set in. I was exhausted, and I started to doubt my decision. Was it really what I wanted? Was it worth the sacrifice? And you all, a lot of this came from me leaving that safety net, that comfort of knowing that I had my salary position for the last 7 years. So, as I mentioned, I started to add a lot of different services onto my business. I started to pick up other projects and different things, and it got really overwhelming because I was trying to rush it. Okay, y'all? And I was sitting here like, I don't know, like I got all this going on, like I'm just tired. And then with my health and everything else going on, it just seemed like a lot. And no matter how many steps and initiatives it seemed like I was taking, it wasn't getting me nowhere. Okay, y'all? Yes, it wasn't getting me nowhere, son. It was hard for us to even go to the playground some days. And y'all love going to parks, you know? It was hard for you too? Okay, it was hard for him too. But I realized I needed to give myself a reset. The first step was acknowledging that it was okay to feel overwhelmed and uncertain. It's a natural part of the entrepreneurial journey. I decided to take a step back and assess my situation objectively. I had to really take a step back. I had to remind myself, girl, you have a savings account, okay? So quit worrying about finances. Quit worrying about how this is going to get done, how that is going to get done. So what if you have 3 loads of laundry piled up? You're going to get to it. Your kids got things to put on. I had to kind of really step back and realize that I was taking it kind of too far, okay, y'all? But I knew I had to do something, and I had to figure out a good game plan for myself because I didn't want these minor things to become major things and put me in a really bad state of depression or make me have really bad anxiety attacks. So the first step was I had to take a break. Sometimes the best thing to do is to take a break, y'all. It might sound counterintuitive, especially when you have a million things on your to-do list, but stepping away can provide much needed clarity. For me, this meant taking a few days off to disconnect from work completely, y'all. I didn't do anything. I spent time with my family. I engaged in activities I loved and simply allowed myself to relax. And I'm actually going to tell y'all about one of those activities that I put on the back burner for years that really helped me. But y'all got to wait for that episode to hear about what helped me relax. Son, do you remember what helped mommy relax? Yeah. Was it spending time with you all? Yeah. Yeah, I got to spend time with my babies and they got to really enjoy their mom without a laptop being involved. And I think they really needed that. The cuddles was amazing. Even the cuddles were recording this. And I talked about it in one of my episodes, how you have to sometimes include your children in on your work. So this is kind of nice to have him cuddle up with me while I record this episode for you all once again from bed because it is the 22nd, like I mentioned. And their sister will be born on the 26th. So we are 4 days away, you all, from holding a cute little baby girl. And I don't think it has registered to my son. I know it haven't yet. That he's about to be a big brother. That, hey, this belly mommy has a little baby in it. And she has to come home with us. And yeah, I don't think he's ready for that. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to update you all in one of these episodes about the transition for my son as well. So, like I said, I just did things that simply allowed myself time to relax. Now, during this break, I also practiced mindfulness, really practice that mindfulness and meditation. These techniques help me clear my mind and reduce stress. If you're feeling overwhelmed, I highly recommend finding a quiet space to meditate or engage in mindfulness exercises. Even just a few minutes a day can make a significant difference. And I've done this before, and then I just, like I said, I got to let life get in the way. But I started back praying and really doing good meditation. First thing I do in the morning, no matter what I'm going to do. It's something I do. I tell my kids, hey, no. You can't come in here right now. Mommy needs to focus and get her life on track for the day first. So then I had to regroup. Okay, y'all? Once I felt more relaxed, I moved on to the next step, and that's regrouping. Okay, y'all? This involved reassessing my goals and priorities. I asked myself some tough questions. What was I trying to achieve with my business? Were my current actions aligned with my long-term vision? Those are things you have to ask yourself as an entrepreneur because things change, and that's okay. You should always be growing when it comes to your businesses and brands. I found it helpful to write down my thoughts and goals. That's just something for me. I have to write things out. Even if it's digitally, I still have to use my Apple Pen and write it out in my digital planner. This process allowed me to see things more clearly and identify areas where I needed to make changes. One crucial aspect of regrouping was setting realistic expectations. I realized I had been pushing myself, and you all know, I do that a lot. I literally push myself too much, okay? And I realized I had been pushing myself too hard and setting goals that were unattainable in the short term. Adjusting my expectations helped reduce the pressure I was putting on myself. And y'all, I've been having a lot of pressure on me. So it was hard because it's like I had the tools. I knew what I needed to do, but it was like I was still struggling with using them. And I had to really, really, really get it together. Now, if you all know, this is not my first time having to regroup, reset, and refocus. I literally have a whole digital planner dedicated just to me and other individuals that need to do this. It's a 4-week process that I set up, and I did implement doing that process into all of this because I know that it really helped. That planner is available at www.narawane.com. So I definitely recommend checking it out if you kind of need a guide along with this episode to go through your process. Y'all, I'm going to keep saying it. You can be independent, but still have a support system. Okay, y'all? And during this process, I needed to still seek some support. Okay? Because another vital part of regrouping is seeking support. I reached out to my mentor and some fellow entrepreneurs to share my struggles and seek advice. Talking to others who have faced similar challenges was incredibly reassuring and provided me with new perspectives. And what I love about my entrepreneur support system is they are going to tell it how it is. They're not going to let me have a pity party. They're going to make me take action. And I love that about them. And I appreciate everyone that's in that circle. Okay, you all? Now, if you don't have a mentor, I consider you join a local or online entrepreneurial group because these communities could be a great source of support, encouragement, and practical advice. Now, mind you all, in any group, in any space, there's going to be monitoring spirits. So you do want to be kind of mindful of who you hinge on to because all support is not good support. Okay, you all? But definitely get you a mentor if you feel like you need one because sometimes that helps. That help you too, son? No. Y'all, he's like literally sitting here playing with toys. And I'm just thinking like, wow, a few months ago, I would not have been able to do this. I would not have been able to record an episode while him sitting here, especially with him growing and developing and being a little advanced. It was a struggle just recording a couple of, like, that first, I think it was the second or third episode of this season where he was in the camera with me. That was really hard. And, whoa, if you all go back and look at that episode, you'll be like, oh, yeah, that baby was struggling with being a new mom. And she was trying so hard to have a brave face, you all. I could laugh about it now, but I cried after that episode, okay? So... We have to refocus, you all, okay? And that's the final step in the process. It was for me to go back to refocusing. With a clearer mind and a reassessed set of goals, I developed a new action plan. Yes, you all. The vision plan that I had at the beginning of this year, I threw that mess out of my emotional and mental window and had to start over, okay, you all? Now, I developed that new action plan. This plan was more realistic and aligned with my long-term vision. I also made a commitment to prioritize self-care and maintain a better work-life balance. Now, that's one thing that I have been making sure I've been doing, you all, is that self-care. Like I told you all, mine is more so on the skin and body care aspect, but I love it, and it be the best moments of my life when it is time for showers and baths. Okay, y'all, I disconnect from mommy duties and everything at that moment, and I relax. That is something that I do. And like I said, I really enjoy my work-life balance a little bit better now. Even when I do have to work and do family at the same time, it's a little easier for me. Yeah, it's easier for mommy. So, one of the key strategies I implemented was time blocking. Okay? Mine is today because, things happen. It's his birthday. He want to hang with mommy. You want to hang with mommy for your birthday? Yeah, after we record this episode, we got to go make pancakes. So, I allocated specific times for work, family, and self care. This structure helped me stay focused and productive without feeling overwhelmed. I also made it a point to celebrate small victories along the way, which kept me motivated and positive, and it still does. Like, those small wins makes it feel good. Like, woo, I got all the grocery shopping, household duties, and everything done before 2 o'clock, and now we could just chill. That's something that I'm going to celebrate. So, just different little things that makes me feel accomplished. Usually I do all my deep cleaning on Sundays and Mondays. I got all my deep cleaning done on Sundays. So now today I'm able to, like I said, not have to work on a lot of things. Enjoy my son turning 1. This past weekend we did his birthday party, and I didn't feel overwhelmed with none of it. So that was all great moments. And of course, sometimes your work-life balance is not going to be exactly how you have it planned out. But when you do have those days, for example, like me today, we're having to record while I have my son right here with me. It does not feel overwhelmed. I'm not frustrated. I don't feel like I didn't accomplish anything because, hey, I'm still getting stuff done. And it's okay. I had to realize, so what if you all hear my kids in the background sometime? Like, I'm literally a mompreneur. My kids are with me most of the time when I handle business. So what if y'all hear them? Okay. And hey, it adds a little bit of authenticity to this chit chat today. But of course, you all, I do want to still talk about some practical tips you can implement to give yourself a reset, regroup, and refocus, even on those days where you can't separate personal and business. Okay, you all? So, you want to schedule regular breaks. Make it a habit to take regular breaks to recharge. This can prevent burnout and keep you energized, okay? Get those breaks. I give myself a 2-hour nap break every day now, okay? I may not do the full 2 hours, but it is built into my schedule that 2 hours out that day, I am going to relax, all right? You can practice self-care. Prioritize activities that promote your physical and mental well-being, such as exercise, healthy eating, and hobbies you enjoy, even if it's just watching a TV show. I am addicted to Chicago Med right now. And yes, I watch me a few episodes every day, no matter what. It's a part of my self-care outside of my skincare and body routines, okay? You want to set realistic goals. Break down your long-term goals into smaller, manageable tasks. This can make them feel more achievable and less daunting. I'm going to always say it, you all, seek support. Do not hesitate to reach out to mentors, friends, or entrepreneurial communities for advice and encouragement. The biggest one, you all, I would say, especially if you are a mom and you are also, like I said, an entrepreneur, you have to stay flexible. We got to stay flexible, baby. No? Yeah, you have to stay flexible. Be willing to adjust your plans as needed. Flexibility can help you navigate challenges and stay on track, you all, okay? And we had to be flexible during this episode because not only did I want to make sure that I was speaking to you all, my listeners, I had to still give him his time. He's only a year old, okay? So it's not like my 7-year-old where I could say, Mommy's really trying to record this episode. You got to be quiet. And she go and do her own thing. He doesn't know what that means. He's like, quiet. I'm learning all of these new sounds. I'm learning how to talk. I'm playing with different toys. He's literally putting his wrestling action figure in my hand as I record this because he has learned what let mommy see means. And now he wants me to see everything. And he just think it is so amazing how he has bent up this wrestler's body and put it in my hand. But that's okay. So in conclusion, feeling overwhelmed and doubting your decision to be an entrepreneur is a natural part of the journey. By giving yourself a reset, regrouping, and refocusing, you can regain clarity and continue moving forward with renewed energy and purpose. Remember, it's okay to take a step back and reassess. Your health and well-being are paramount, and taking care of yourself will ultimately benefit your business. So once again, you all, I want to thank you for joining me and Brayden on Chit Chat with Nara. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to follow me on all social media platforms and visit www.narawene.com for more insight and inspiration. And remember, you all, to keep thriving and take care of yourselves, because y'all already know people are going to talk. So give them a reason to mimic your dope. Bye.